Hello everyone, happy holidays. My name is Megs and thank you so much for clicking on this video. I did want to start off by saying that I hope that everyone had a very merry and happy holiday season no matter what you celebrate. I hope that it was joyful and relaxing and you got to spend some time with your loved ones and friends and family. I definitely had a wonderful holiday season. I got to relax a little bit, spend some time with family, and most importantly with Alex and my little puppy Biggie. It was definitely a very nice time, and this year more than ever I definitely have a lot to be thankful for. However, to put it lightly, 2019 was a shit show. I mean, I don't think there's any other way to put it. It was definitely a year that I never expected that I would have to go through, and I've had lots of random weird things happen to me in life, and nothing compared to what happened this year. But in saying that, 2019, even though it had very many highs and very many lows, brought me lots of life lessons that will stick with me for the rest of my life, and I'm definitely thankful for them. These are not only lessons that apply to me personally, but I think these are lessons that apply to everyone, and I don't think you have to go through something as crazy as cancer to learn these lessons, and like I said, I think that everyone can relate to them in one sense or another. So without further ado, here are the top 5 lessons that 2019 has taught me. So lesson number 1 is the importance of good health. And okay, yes, this is a given. I was sick for the majority of 2019 and it was really tough, and of course it made me appreciate good health that much more. It made me appreciate waking up every morning and not being in pain and not being scared of whether I'll be okay. So before I got sick, I was pretty healthy. I did take pretty good care of myself. However, now looking back, I do realize that there are some areas that could have used improvement. That's kind of what I did while I was sick. I looked at, okay, what was I already doing that was good for me, but what was I lacking in and what did I need to improve on? Some of those areas were definitely sleep, definitely did not sleep enough, and just eating healthier overall, and just focusing a lot more on self-care. That was definitely one of the biggest struggles that I faced. I was a people pleaser, I was always busy, I always focused on everything else but taking care of me, and that definitely made me take a hit physically and mentally. So that was another thing that I did need to focus on. Throughout this whole cancer journey, I learned that my immune system in general is just weaker than the average person's, meaning that I just need to take a little bit more precaution and more care in order to stay healthy, in order to help my body become stronger. That be either through nutrition, through vitamins, through just making sure that I'm protecting myself as much as I can and helping my immune system as much as I can. And then adding on to that, I am also trying to transition into healthier and more natural products for my body. So I will be doing a video in 2020 about that, about different products that I'm using for skincare, for hair care, overall just eating, that are healthier and natural and better for you in general. Lesson number 2, and probably the hardest one that I learned, is it's okay to ask for help and to accept help. Growing up, I had to depend on myself a lot, and it was just like if I needed something done, I had to do it myself, or if I wanted something to happen, I needed to make it happen for myself, which is fine. It taught me a lot, shaped me into the person that I am, but because of that, I had a lot of trouble accepting help. I had this mentality that if I can do it myself, why not do it myself? Why would I ask someone to help me, even if it's gonna make me super tired, or even if I don't necessarily have time for it? The fact that I'm able to do it myself means that I'm gonna do it myself. And that is something that being sick really taught me, that no, you in fact need to ask for help, and you are not a superhuman. We are not superhumans. We are not meant to bring the world on our shoulders and take care of everything. It is okay to ask for help. And this applies to you even if you're not sick. Even if you're not struggling and you're not sick, you're still gonna need help with things. Like, that's only normal, and it's totally okay to ask for help, to ask questions, to depend on others, because at the end of the day, you really can't do everything all alone. Number 3 is something that I have been preaching since I first got sick. Know yourself and know your body. You know your body better than anybody else, any doctor, anyone. You know how you feel, you know what's right, you know what's wrong, and you know what doesn't feel normal. It's very important to stay in check with your body, but that's not only talking about your physical health, also about your mental health. In my opinion, they go hand in hand, and they're both equally as important. If you're lacking in one, I feel like you're automatically going to be lacking in the other. So if you're feeling like you're lacking in one or more areas of your physical or mental well-being, make an action plan. Make an action plan for 2020, for the next 6 months, for the next little while, whatever you want your timeline to be. Make an action plan to make yourself feel better and to bring yourself back to your healthiest and overall best self. So just sit down and realize, okay, what am I unhappy with? What needs work? So this can be physical activity, and how I create an action plan for that is I find YouTubers, and I'm obsessed with YouTube. I find YouTubers that I love that motivate me to want to work out. My absolute favorite YouTuber is Whitney Simmons. She posts lots of workouts on her Instagram. She is such a sweetheart with a great personality, and watching her videos, watching her work out just makes me want to work out. I love the feeling of just, yeah, watching a video, having a workout in my head, and then just being like, okay, let's go, let's get her done. Or you can sign up for a new hobby or class just to teach yourself a new skill, to give yourself something new, something else to focus on. As of September, I decided to take salsa and bachata classes. It's something that I've always wanted to try, but I never really, I guess, was brave enough to try, and I finally did, and I'm so happy that I did because it was so much fun. I learned so much, and I'm hopefully gonna keep on continuing with that, and I made lots of new friends, I learned some new skills, and I finally checked off something that's been on my bucket list for a very long time. And another thing that would be super important to add to an action plan would be to plan rest days or to plan some me time. I know it's hard, you'll just say, okay, one day I'll figure it out and I'll just like rest. But if you don't plan it into your schedule, chances are it's gonna fill up and you're never gonna actually have that rest day. So even if it's just an hour an evening, or if it's one night per week where you're like, okay, I'm really not gonna do any errands, I'm not gonna do anything extra, I'm just gonna sit and watch a movie, take a bath, do a face mask, whatever it is that for you is like your me time. Quick coffee break. Check out this cup. This video is sponsored by caffeine. Thank you for getting me through the day, every day. Lesson number 4 is you're stronger than you think. And I know there's lots of like quotes and whatever that say, oh, la, 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 but the truth is you are stronger than you think. 2019, I had to be tough. I had no other choice but to toughen up and be strong, and strong for myself, strong for those around me. And you know what? I went through things that I never even imagined in my wildest dreams that I could go through. I overcame obstacles that had you told me a year ago I'd be going through, I would have told you like, that's it. I would never be able to do it, and that would be the end of me, but it wasn't, and I made it. And one of those things is being bald. And like, I know, right? Being bald, but think about it. Like, I used to have nightmares about being bald when, like 2 years ago, whenever, like, you know when you can sometimes imagine yourself being bald and you're like, oh my God. That's what I would do. Like, I would imagine myself being bald and be like, wow, if I ever lose my hair, like, lo and behold, a year later, I was bald. And I overcame it, and yes, it was hard. Probably one of the hardest things that I ever went through in my life. Looking at yourself in the mirror bald, not fun, but I overcame it, I embraced it, and here we are, and the hair is coming back. It's coming back nice and poofy. But yeah, I'm working on learning how to style it myself. For now, Alex styles it for me. But I'm working on learning how to style it by myself, and once I get the hang of that, I'll make a video on how to style short hair. But anyways, back to the real point. I am a very, very, very strong believer in your experiences shape you and help you or force you or make you into the person that you have become. I think that your experiences have more of an influence on you than any form of education, than the people in your life, than what you research, than what you learn. I think that experiences and what has happened to you is the main factor in what makes you who you are, essentially. And the last and final lesson, lesson number 5 that 2019 has taught me is it's okay to want more for yourself. It's okay to want a better and happier and more successful life. There should be no reason that you'd feel guilty for wanting more for yourself. And even though I considered myself to be happy and successful before I got sick, I realized that I guess when you're put so close to death that there's so many things that I wish I could have done that I haven't done yet, and it just made me have that extra little bit of itch and motivation to want more for myself. And this applies to anyone. It's totally fine. Don't feel bad for wanting more for yourself. And this might mean that you need to create a new plan on how to move forward and how to get to what you want, or you may need to get rid of people or things that aren't making you happy and aren't helping you work towards that goal of what you want for yourself and the best version of yourself that you want to achieve. Basically, what you want is to surround yourself with things and people that are helping you achieve the best version of yourself. And if that's not happening, then there are definitely some changes that you do need to make. And don't be afraid of change. Change is good. Change isn't as scary as you think it is, and no matter what the change is, you always learn something from it. If it doesn't work out, you've learned a lesson. If it does work out, you've learned another lesson. So don't be afraid of change in life. And also, don't be afraid of what others say or think. I mean, at the end of the day, like, people are gonna talk. People are always gonna have something to say. You can't control that. but it's how you perceive it that is really gonna help you out in the future. So just don't care what people say or think. Make 2020 your year. Make 2020 about you, your success, your happiness. And those are all the lessons that 2019 has taught me. What a crazy year. I'm gonna say 2019 was not my year. 2020, I'm coming for you. You're gonna be my year. I'm gonna make you my year. But please comment down below any lessons that 2019 has taught you, any important things that you've taken away from it or learned. I would love to hear them. Maybe there's more that I can apply for myself. But for now, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Again, I hope you had a wonderful holiday season. Happy New Year. All the best to you and yours. Wishing you a wonderful, successful, and happy 2020. Know yourself, know your body, and until next time.